everyone. So we have with us Dr. Ankit Jindal, who's got a rank of 100 in the recently conducted INI-CET May 25 exam. Heartiest congratulations, Dr. Ankit.
Thank you so much, Shan.
So Ankit has done his MBBS from Maulana Azad Medical College, New Delhi. He had given the last year a NEET PG exam, and but he got a rank of 17,000, right?
Yes,
Okay. But Ankit was very confident that he knew that he can perform better, and that's why he did not take up seat there, and he gave this INI-CET exam, and you can see the significant improvement from 17,000 NEET PG 24 to a rank of 100 in INI-CET May 25. So that's an amazing improvement, Ankit. So we would really like to know. What did you change from your NEET PG 24 to the INI-CET May 25?
So, ma'am, first of all, when I gave that exam, I was highly disappointed from my rank because obviously you know that you don't deserve this rank. So that's what happened. And later, I just made a schedule like okay, what changes I have to make in my plans. So the first and the foremost thing I did for myself that I practice more and more MCQs. So basically, I didn't let any day go without practicing MCQs. So that was the main strategy. And also, it was not just PYQs. There were PYQs, there were random questions as well. So it makes you like you it simulates the exam field because it won't be everything PYQ based, right? So you have to deal with the tough questions as well. You have to deal with the one-liners, easy one. So it's all like the time management also. It helped me like the doing questions helped me.
Okay. So basically you dive more into the retrospective learning. Doing
Yes, ma'am.
All right. But then how did you integrate, like you solved the MCQs, but I'm pretty sure you must have come across questions ki, oh, this topic I don't know or I'm not confident. So did you revise the notes then? What did you do?
Yes, ma'am. So there were two types of questions. First of all, you know them very well. You don't have to go back to the notes. And the second of them is like you know that you know this topic, but you're not able to recall that. So that question is the question that you have to go back to your main notes and revise then and there only. Because if you put a lag on this, okay, I'll do this tomorrow or I'll do this day after tomorrow, that question remains like that only. You can't ever come back to the question if you don't do it that day only.
Okay, got it. So then, but then you had your notes as the main video notes or the rapid revision notes?
Actually, I have read the main notes during my MBBS times. Like the prof times, I use the main notes. I will read thoroughly. And while preparing, like from this last year, I'm mainly relying on the LRR notes. But also at the same time, I read once the main subjects notes, like the lengthy subjects notes, main subjects like pediatrics. I read the main notes, and I read obs, gynae, and surgery. So these subjects, I read the main notes. And other than that, I was relying mainly on the LRR notes.
Okay, got it. So then you started, from which prof did you start supplementing with the video learning?
No, actually, I start like first and second prof. I didn't do any videos, though. I started watching videos in third prof.
Okay. So then how did you, cope up with the first and second year subject videos because you had not seen it during your prof?
Actually, I want to thank the almighty books for that because that was also making a good concept when the videos were not there or they were minimally available. So I also chose during the first year itself, I don't want to go to the videos only because that is going to remain with you after also. But when I can read some books like the technical knowledge you can get from the books is like way more. So it actually goes into your head and remains for a longer time period.
Okay.
So first and second year, I read the gold standard books only.
Okay. Got it. And like you were mentioning, you absolutely love the PrepLadder Q Bank and the test series that were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. We would also like to know your experience about that and the INI-CET Champions exam experience.
So, ma'am, I was giving tests like there was some test of mock test, INI mock test. I was giving them, and the time I gave that exam, I was quite of disappointed like how my exam went. Was I under prepared or was the exam only tough? But when I saw the result of that exam, it was like ki, it's okay, like everybody is scoring around the same only. Like it's the shift happens for everybody, it's not just for you. And this real INI-CET 2025 exam also taught us this only. Like the last year the same score had a different rank and this a different rank right now, so it all changes for the whole perspective of the people.
Sure. So definitely practicing more difficult questions is always better. It prepares you for the real battlefield.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And what was your rank in the champions exam?
I think it was 60, around 60.
Oh, great. And in this INI-CET exam, how many did you attempt and how many did you get correct, so that you got this rank 100?
So, ma'am, actually, I attended 198 questions and I got 151 correct.
151 correct.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. And Ankit, we also would like to know, how did you approach the Q bank? Many students feel that the Q bank is very exhaustive. So did you do topic wise Q bank in detail, or you did the custom modules? How did you do?
Now, as I was telling you, like I used to give a test and I used to know my weak points where I was weak. So later I used to go to that, like if I tell you about medicine, there was a subject like ECG. I was very weak in ECG. So what made me strong in ECG is the question bank only, because ECG also have like it would have a little question bank. You don't have to do the complete medicine question bank for that, because doing the whole of the question bank in this 1 year, I think it's not feasible also for me. So I just did the question bank of the topics which I was weak at, and later supplemented or added the additional information into my notes only.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a very good learning that whatever topics a student is weak in, they
Yeah.
can do focused Q bank of that particular topics, because
Mm.
that gives the confidence. You get a perspective on how the questions are framed, right? And you learn a lot retrospectively through the MCQs.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And what is the what was your thing before last 7 days, last 10 days before the exam? A very common query that we get: what should we read in those last 7-10 days?
Last 7 to 10 days was like full of doubts and full of self doubts. Like, are you even doing it right? Did you do it right? Just like dropping for the like 1 year. Like you get all the self doubts in this last 7 to 10 days. Your preparation also, like you can't study that much. Like what happened with me, like I was doing very well studies, and later in the last 7 to 10 days, like nothing's going into my head. Some days were there, like I'm reading, just I'm reading, but I told myself that I think this reading only it is going passively into my head. You don't have to do active reading in the last 7 to 10 days, but you just have to scroll through the pages. Like it, you just absorb it, so that if you see that any question regarding that, so you just jump to the answer right in there.
Yeah. Because there must have been days where you felt like you're not that productive, or like you said, you have doubts. Then how would you cope up with that?
So, ma'am, actually, what I did was there was nothing very specific. Like you can't read the main notes then at that time when you have the doubts, because reading notes need energy and you have to be like very much कि आपको ये करना है तो आप पहले से you have to decide it. But if I'm like having a self doubt on some days or nothing is going into my head, so what I do, I start watching some video of the volatile topic that I can forget. So that video helped me, like it brings me back to the topic. So
Okay.
that you can do.
Right, another great suggestion there. And the other thing that, like, in the last 1 week, what would you suggest? Doing more of theory, like the passive reading of the notes, or more of, like, let's say, skimming through the PYQs again, or some important MCQs? What do you do?
So, ma'am, actually, you have to do both, a mix of both. You can't lose your practice on the questions as well. You have to practice questions. I think in the last 7 to 10 days, you don't have to do random daily questions. You can just stick on to the PYQs and PYTs, and later on that you can just revise your LRR notes which you have made or annotated ones.
Okay.
But you have to do both. You can't just stick to one thing.
Okay. And what do you think, for the students who are preparing for the upcoming NEET PG exam, how many GTs should they give now?
Actually, it totally depends on person to person, but I will say that don't give more than 3 GTs. I think once in 10 days is like it's not even 30 days now. So once a week can be the like good frequency.
Okay, got it. And how about attempting the questions? Another frequent query that, because majority of the questions, majority of the students are confused between two options have been ruled out, but two options is where we are confused. So how
Mhm.
do you approach those questions?
So if there's a question when I'm not able to rule out, So first of all, like this INI-CET taught us, like there are 4 options, so you have to know all 4 of them. You can't just do this question correct by knowing 3 of them also. So what I do is keep the one which is incorrect, I just rule out that option first. If this is incorrect, so like at least you rule out 2 or 3 options if that is incorrect. If the D part is incorrect, so you can't just go on with the D, whether you know the first 2 statements or not. So that is how you progress to that question. And if there is a random question, like you don't even know it, so it is better to skip this.
Okay. Okay. Got it. And any other suggestions from your end, Ankit, that you would like to share with the aspirants? This is what they should be doing.
Now, I will just say that whenever you are giving a GT, just just jot down those points which you are doing wrong. Otherwise, like the GT is of no use. The GT you gave 6 months ago, you won't even recall it now. So you just make down the notes of that point, and later you have a little copy of yourself. Just it will be very helpful if you revise that copy in the last week or 10 days.
Okay, so you had such a book or copy with you?
Yeah, I was not noting down the wrong points which I did, and that helped me actually. If you mark that question incorrect once again, so there's no point of giving that GT before, right? So that's what you have to practice this.
So did you note down the points, like you had your copy divided into subjects? My anatomy points will go at one place, or it was all like?
No, ma'am, it was all random for me. It was all random.
Oh, it was all random for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So thank you so much, Ankit, for all the insights. One last question, who has been your favorite educator at PrepLadder?
There is like a couple of teachers which are very much like Dr. Preeti, first and foremost, and like she used to make the subject very easy for me. Like I still remember the volatile topics, so that's why. And the second, like I have revised medicine from Dr. Marwa's notes, so like he's also good. And other than that, Dr. Ankit also from Pharma, like he's also good. I have done like LRR notes of them, so that made Pharma easy for me. And obviously your mnemonics as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ankit, for that. So thank you so much, Ankit, for all those great insights. I'm pretty sure it helps all the aspirants, and wishing you all the best for your future journey on behalf of entire team at PrepLadder.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.